check.
Okay. Here we are. This is the actual start of the recording now. The start of the stream. Anybody who is on Twitch, reload so you can see us. Okay. Oh no. Okay. OBS doesn't have me signed in either. That's great. Fantastic. We're doing great. OBS. I go away for 2 months and you just break. All right. They will figure it out, I'm sure. Amberly's a smart girl. That's why we love her. Um, so, hello, hi. This is the definitely not second take of Brindlewood Bay after realizing that we were having sound issues. It is good to be trying a brand new game, one that most of us have not tried before, and I have had the pleasure of doing a one shot in probably a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, and I don't remember much of it other than I didn't get to play the archetype I wanted, but I still had fun regardless because this is a neat game. But it was still a one shot, so my memory of it is vague. That being said, I am going to kick this over to the storyteller who can get us started, and then we will do our character introductions. Definitely for the first time and not for the second time because there was audio problems. So, Dougler, please take it away.
Okay, hello everybody. Yeah, I am Dougler. This is my first time being the keeper on a game on a games channel. Very excited, very nervous. I hope you guys will have a lot of fun. We are going to be playing Brindlewood Bay, a game that's inspired by shows like Murder She Wrote, Columbo, with just a twist of Eldritch horror just sprinkled in there. So I'm going to be tossing it over to one of my players now so they can choose themselves and who they're playing. Shay, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, everyone. I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae here on Twitch, and I am a longtime member of Party Wipe Games. I'm here most days of the week, or most of the days of the week that Party Wipe Games is playing. Either running the games or playing in the games and that kind of thing. Today, I will be playing Sapphire Dartings, an elderly biker granny, a love for cooking, and etc. But that's me. That's me here in this game today.
Okay, Chris, you introduce your character and who you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I, Chris, will be playing Garnet Willow, a coroner, ex-coroner, who used to work at the Bleeding Hearts Hospital in another town, a city actually, far away from Brindlewood Bay. I moved here about 5 years ago, shortly after the death of my own husband. I have two wonderful daughters who I still keep in touch with. My hobbies are scrapbooking, and I absolutely love a certain mystery series that me and my fellow Coven members all found mutually is why we started hanging out. I'm still seen as a little bit of an outsider. I mean, small towns like this, 5 years is not long enough to be one of the true residents. But I think I found my home. Over to you, Ren.
Yep. All right. Hello. I am playing Pearl Watson. She likes to wear tracksuits and attend charity events. She has recently lost her wife and has been coping with it by spending more time with the other members of the Coven, or as the game refers to them, the Mavens, but we like our term better because there's 3 of us and it just felt appropriate. I do not have much more about her yet because I like to develop my characters as the story progresses, but I'm sure she's going to be an interesting old lady.
Okay, so it's back to me now. So, Brindlewood Bay is a small, idyllic town. with a thriving fishing industry, yeah, yeah, a lovely place to raise a family or come back to retire. Here, tourists come during the summer or go away during the fall. Well, can such a quaint little place have deep, dark secret? No, I don't think so. We're gonna start by peeking in on one of our maids. The camera zooms in from a view of the town to one of their houses. Bryn, would you like to do a cozy thing, please?
Okie dokie. The camera would be zooming in from outside through a window to see Pearl's living room. Inside her cozy place, the item that we fixate on as one of her novelty items is a tin of hard candies, the same tin of hard candies that you always remember seeing in elderly homes. This one is filled to the brim with strawberry candies. Dramatic music change, thank you. Okay. You have music? I can turn my music off.
Oh, we can keep yours because I'm still futzing with it.
Okay. Actually, I probably could try to put it on Faz because I took the time to bring him in. Anyways, there's a tin of strawberry candies that seems to never get any smaller despite how much anybody eats it. Whether she's keeping it stocked up or something else is keeping it stocked up is unsure. Yep, Twitch is, or YouTube is still not taking music. All right, great. And she would come out in a pink tracksuit, probably like a Nike or a Puma off-brand, tracksuit for an elderly woman. It's got the little white stripes down the sides, and it has enough room for everything to breathe because she's an old woman and needs the flexibility in all things. She is probably sitting, and I imagine she would be watching TV at this moment.
Once the camera shows how Pearl spends her morning, it pulls back out through the window, goes across the town, and starts to zoom in through Granite's window. Chris.
Well, absolutely. Sorry.
No.
So the first thing you actually see is the garden outside. It is an attempt at a garden. It's not the best attempt. Garnet doesn't have much of a green thumb, but you can clearly see the attempt is made. At least there's nice, pretty rocks in a nice path going up her up to her cozy little place. Inside, however, it is absolutely flooded with pictures. Cats, dogs, birds, people, even pictures of newspaper articles, because Garnet absolutely loves scrapbooking and taking pictures of everything. One of her first gifts from her late husband was one of those instant Polaroid cameras, and she has done everything in her power to keep that as pristine and working as possible. And she refuses to use anything else. But time has worn on it, and it only has a few good snapshots left. Right now, she's actually at her desk, trying to decide which one of 3 different foes she wants next in Scrapbook. She's she is kind of a wizard old lady. She's 70, 75. She definitely has a bit of a hunched over look. She has a cane to her side. She's definitely the type of person who spent a lot of her life hunched over looking at things. but her eyes are as sharp as ever. And with a little nod, she picks one photo over the other and gently closes one of her scrapbooks, putting it on top of the pile she has on her desk.
What was the photo of?
The photo was actually of her daughter's first concert. As her, she has a pair of twins, one of which is a lawyer, and the other runs a punk band. And she was there at her daughter's first showing. The proudest mom possible.
Okay, so the camera settles on the scrapbook for just a moment before it starts to pull out again, go back out through the window that it first came in through. Ooh. And the town starts to speed by once more as it goes to the home of Sapphire Darden. Sapphire, what do we see as the camera starts to find you?
I think as the camera zooms in on the through the window of Sapphire's house, she's in the kitchen, and I assume it's morning anyway, but
It's morning, yeah.
she is in the kitchen. She is fixing up a nice meal of various wraps. She makes a few of these. Things something that's easy to be stored. So she's making like little sandwich wraps with like breakfast foods in them, like eggs and bacon. But she enjoys cooking, and so after she makes several of these, and as she moves around, she does her best to stand up straight. She's quite a bit shorter than she used to be, but she's in a nice, just comfortable shawl and sweats, and just something that she'd only wear inside. But after she finishes making these wraps, I think the camera kind of cuts again, and we see her stepping out, and she's dressed herself with jeans and a faux leather jacket, having never really grown out of enjoying that kind of look and style. And she takes these wraps and tucks them into a brown paper bag and puts that in a plastic bag. And I think the next shot of her is the garage door opening, and she's on a motorbike. One she affectionately calls Danny Ducati. And there is a pair of sidecars, one on either side, and it's got. I feel like it has the moon face symbols made in Mother Crone on each of the carts. But she starts driving that, like moving out slowly, and gets on the road. Definitely makes a lot of noise with it because she just enjoys being loud with her cherished bike.
Okay, lovely. Where is Sapphire going?
She's going to meet her friends. Well, actually, first she drops off a wrap to her son. Now, quick question. I was looking for my notes. Where did those go?
Did
Never
you
mind,
write them on your character
find
sheet?
I think I found them anyway. I did find them. So she drops off. No, I think she's going straight to meet her friends. You can do that, or at least to pick them up.
Who do you go to pick up first?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Whoever wants to be picked up first.
I'm perfectly fine being picked up first.
Alrighty, so Garnet, you hear the telltale telltale sound of Sapphire's motorcycle roaring down the road towards you, towards your home. What are you doing?
I close the scrapbook. A Mother's Love is the name of the scrapbook. And I grab my cane and not quite hobble, but I'm definitely slower than I was even like 5 years ago. Over to my door, check myself in the mirror, look at my turtleneck sweater and my long floral pattern skirt. Open the door, close it, lock it, because, although this place doesn't have much crime or anything, I came from the city, so it's more of a instinct than anything at this point. And raise my cane in greeting and go over to meet my friend.
Darn it, how you doing?
Well, dear, I have had the most wonderful morning, going through some of my proudest moments as a mother.
Well,
I finally decide which one I'm going to put in the book from the that concert I mentioned to you that my daughter did. Wow, it was so long ago. I couldn't have been prouder of her than that moment. I see you're picking me up first this time. I will admit, I forget. Are we just going to the library again for another book club meeting, or do we have something a bit more exciting for today?
I don't worry about the details, dear.
The book club meeting is at the bookstore, or Bay of Books.
Oh, yes, the bookstore. Yes, the Bay of Books. Let's go get the third member of our little coven. And I give a little chuckle at the wordplay there.
All right then, hop in.
I do hop in. It's a little bit of work. I am very hunched over, and I am kind of using a cane, but I managed to get myself in the sidecar, and put on my helmet. That is
She's got specially made helmets for each of them.
That is awesome. Can my helmet have a bunch of little Polaroid camera stickers essentially on it?
Yes, they're all specifically made for each of you.
Awesome.
Which sidecar do you get into? The mother or the maid? The crone or the maiden?
Oh, I'm definitely the crone. Again, the crone. Absolutely.
Once she's in, Sapphire revs her bike again, then pauses for a minute, stares at someone running across the road, and she says, "Stop jaywalking! It's dangerous!" And then
It's a side street. It's fine. The young man just waves at you.
She waves back.
I pull out a little notebook and write down jaywalking and what I saw. Always good to know what laws people are willing to break.
but she'll move on to collect Pearl as well.
Pearl, you're in your home with the TV on, and you start to hear the sound of Sapphire's bike coming closer.
Pearl, hearing the motorcycle even over her television set, will get up, grab her oversized handbag, and stuff a couple of the strawberries in to make sure that there's at least a few to hand out. And she'll step outside, not bothering to lock the door, and make her way over. And seeing that the maiden is still open, she says, "Well, at least you remember your place. Gotta let the youngest sit in the youngest seat." And she'll move over and she'll sit down.
Watching cartoons again, and Sapphire will pull out a pair of sandwiches, handing them to each of them.
You're never too old to watch cartoons. At least that's what the millennials say.
Wow. Speaking of, I heard about this hot new music all the kids are listening to. She'll put on. I don't know, what does she put on? I want the other two players to decide what she puts on.
Come on, guys.
Well, what are the kids listening to now?
If they don't come up with anything, it's going to be J-pop.
No, just put on Korean pop then.
K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop.
Just blast some K-pop.
Yep. At as loud as it can get.
On a motorcycle, pretty loud.
Yeah, that's fair. Bryn, what does Pearl's helmet look like?
Pearl's helmet would be... Oh, gosh. She's in pink today, but it's probably just one of those old school biker helms that doesn't cover her face. It just kind of gets from the forehead and then wraps around and covers the ears. She probably does have a pair of goggles that comes down over it, though, but keeps her mouth free.
Is there any design on it?
I'm gonna have to say yes because I need to be unique as well. There is a Betty Boop on it.
Shay, Bryn,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
are your ladies natives to Brindlewood Bay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What constitutes a native?
Have you lived in the town
Oh, yes.
for an extended amount of time? Yes.
Yeah, because you could have been born here or lived here for like, we'll say, over 20-ish years.
Pearl's been here for a while.
Just 5 years for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say she's native.
I forgot to ask that when we were doing session 0.
No, I think you did. Because you established that Garnet wasn't.
Right, yes. So you guys have your sandwiches made by Sapphire, and you have booked a room at the local bookstore or Bay of Books for your weekly book club about the Gold Crown Mysteries. As you guys pull up, it's the older two-story building that looks like it might have been a home at one point in time before it was converted into a bookstore. A bell rings as you as you enter the store, where there's shelves lining the side of the store with placards on top of them saying which genre they're in. There's mystery, sci-fi, the biographies. There's surprisingly, for the small town, even a little manga section, as well as this tabletop game sections too. Behind the counter is a young woman in her early 20s. She waves to you as you enter.
Do we know
Her name is
name?
Cass. Her name's Cassie.
Cassie, how you doing today?
I am doing good, Sapphire. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Here you go. And she just sets one of the wraps on the counter for lunch for today.
I forgot to pack myself one. Thank you so much. Tea should be ready in a few minutes if you guys want to go upstairs to the private room. I'll bring it up when it's done. It's butterfly pea. It's the one that changes color.
Well, appreciate you, Casey. Cassie? Is it Cassie or Casey?
Cassie.
Appreciate you, Cassie.
Wonderful, Cassie.
Thank you, Cassie.
No problem at all.
Now, don't work too hard. And, if you come up and nothing's on the go, maybe you can, set in and, listen to us go on for a little bit. We do enjoy company.
I don't know if it'll stay very long. I have some new books to stock. Oh, speaking of which, the pre-orders for the new Gold Crown Mystery is starting tomorrow night. Do you guys want me to put you down for the pre-order?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, of course.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay, I'll make sure you three have your names are right at the top.
You're the best,
Okay.
Cassie.
You take such good care of us. Just make sure you take care of yourself.
I always do. I know I'll get in trouble if I don't.
And I start to hobble upstairs, so I do eye the manga section for a moment and kind of like turn up my nose just that little bit. Garnet thinks that manga, especially those popular One Pices and Leches, is a bit mind-rotting. And then she goes upstairs.
Oh, don't be so close-minded, Garnet. That stuff has some great historical value.
I know what you think, but nothing compares to a good mystery.
They have mystery mangas as well.
I give the manga section another look, and I just all the like really loud ones because I'm expecting it's a small section, so it's probably the most popular ones.
Yeah,
if you
it's
say so.
kind of a skinny bookshelf that there are a couple of more obscure titles that get requested in, but it is the most popular ones because those are the ones that sell the best.
Yeah, Garnet just looks at the bright orange on one of them and just like shakes her head and goes upstairs. You know the one.
You know the one.
Yep, heading upstairs.
Okay.
Heading upstairs.
So this is a rather cozy room with a nice table in the middle. There's some comfortable chairs around it. There are some more bookshelves along the back. Like, what's something each one of you has added to this room to make it feel more like your own? You guys been coming to this bookstore for book club meetings for quite a while now.
There is a pair of papers on the bookshelf. One is of my lawyer daughter graduating, and the other is of one of my punk band daughters' biggest drawing shows to date. Whenever possible, I just like putting pictures around.
Okay.
Pearl would have gotten help bringing some of the actual furniture from her house here. There's probably 3 mismatched but equally appropriate for each of them styled chairs. Hers in particular is like a very high back but narrow seated chair with a little ottoman for her feet to go up on. The other 2 can describe whatever their eccentric chairs look like that she would have brought over for them. Now you're on the spot.
Well, Garnet's is one of those like really soft chairs, like one of the ones that you can just like sink into and kind of get lost in. It's probably a pretty old chair. Most people would be the type of people to like try and replace it with something else, but she swears to God it's the most comfortable chair she has ever sat in. And anytime someone has tried to convince her to go to another chair, she has like given the look. The I am disappointed in you. This is where I belong look.
Oh. The ultimate grandma look.
Sapphire's is a single bar stool. Not really. It's probably like it's probably like a faux leather recliner. I think Sapphire would have brought probably some like dishware, like small stuff that is easily managed for like any small snacks or stuff that might be accompanied with tea.
Okay, speaking of which, as you guys come in, find your own chairs, get comfy. Yeah, a few moments later, there is a knock on the door as Cassie comes in with a tray with a teapot and some teacups. And he also has a small little plate of biscuits.
Thank you kindly.
Welcome. Hope you weren't waiting too long for it. Oh, there's also some lemon as well. It actually makes the tea change color from blue to red. Crap, it's the other way around.
Red to blue?
Yes.
All right. Well, that certainly sounds interesting.
I've never quite heard of a tea that could do quite that before. Must be reacting with the acidity of the lemon.
I think it's something like that.
That would
I'm
make sense.
not too sure.
It's perfectly safe to drink, though, yes?
Oh, it is. It's my new favorite.
Hmm.
Sapphire takes like a sip while it's one color, and then squeezes the lemon out and takes a sip while it's a different color.
How is it?
It's fantabulous.
Well, fantabulous is a ringing endorsement. I suppose I'll try some. And she won't wait. And Pearl will just pour the lemon in and watch it change colors before drinking.
Yeah, so it has a mild floral flavor. It's pretty sweet, but it is refreshing. Sort of like chamomile tea.
Very interesting. Not my usual brand, but it's quite good, Cassie.
Glad you like it. I think you might have roboted Chris out.
Uh-oh.
Just give them a moment to think.
Yeah, you weren't doing too badly, but I guess it timed you out. Well, in just a moment while we sort out the technicals.
You might need to disconnect to reconnect fully. Or restart Discord, Chris.
Don't forget to check your mic didn't reset.
Alright. Just trying something. Connecting via my phone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Is it better than before?
It was better than when it was roboting. You don't sound scratchy or anything right now.
Okay. I'll try going through my phone.
Okay.
Okay, doke.
So everyone else tasted the tea, I'm assuming?
Yes, we've all tried the tea.
Alright. How's the taste?
Exquisite.
Floral.
Oh, I quite like this one. Thank you very much. You really are a sweetheart.
You're very welcome.
You sure you can't stay for a little while?
I got to shelf some books, unfortunately, but I'll stop by later. Or hopefully I can get it all done and be able to spend more time with you guys.
I would like that very much. You really are such a good girl.
Alright, you guys enjoy your book club. Call me if you need anything.
We will, darling. Thank you.
With that, Cassie leaves, closing the door behind her to allow you guys to have some privacy when you go through your book club.
Alright, now where were we? I think it was chapter 17?
Pearl will take her book out and flip to the designated spot.
And this is probably like one of the later books by this point. And I guess we get to theorizing. 'Cause it's more fun to guess what's going to happen than just watch it unfold.
I certainly think it was the jealous lover. It's always the clever twist, as they like to claim.
You always think it's the jealous lover.
Because most
It
of the
was
time
all-
it is.
She's right.
Two
Most of
times
the time
it-
it is. Most of the time it is the jealous lover, but a good writer would come up with a good misdirect.
A red herring.
2 times is not most in the series this big.
Mm.
Only in books 4 and 7 was it the jealous lover. No, I really think this time it's the nephew. They're the one who, if 2 others are bumped off, stand to inherit. And we're only chapter 17 of 42.
Well, they could throw us for a ringer and do the clue effect.
They're all guilty.
That was book 18. Do you really think they all did it again? The
Yes.
Julius Caesar?
Well, that happened less times than it was the lover.
True, it's more likely than the lover.
It would be far better than the glass onion approach.
Oh, don't talk to me about that glass onion again.
I think it's perfectly clever that the killer was too incompetent to actually do it, and it was a series of unfortunate events that led to the downfall.
Nobody was guilty.
Nobody at all. Except for the intent of murder, which is still a crime.
I mean, nobody's guilty, everyone's guilty. That's the thing about mysteries. The great thing about them. Generally, the truth is somewhere in between. Everyone isn't guilty of the big crime, but everyone's guilty of something.
Guilt is in the eye of the beholder.
True, true. And I mean, at least it's more creative than the stuff I used to see. I'm shaking my head, remembering some of the, like, dumb ways people died and came across my, coroner's table.
Oh, did somebody stick something up their butt again? I meant the dead people, not you.
I told you. 42 times. How does that happen 42 times?
People are curious and weird.
And weirdly curious.
And weirdly curious.
No, but I mean, I don't know. The case, like the stuff across my table, it always was just, almost always was just somebody in the heat of the moment doing something they would regret in the future. That's why mysteries are so much better. There's a point behind it. A rationale.
You ever notice how 5 kind of looks like an S?
Yes, it does. In fact,
It sure
that-
does.
Wasn't that part of the solution of book
32.
32? Yes, book 32. No, book 5. No, book 7. Book 7 was the V versus Roman numeral V. Man, they really do like their dying messages. And Garnet will prowl on and on about any sort of little detail about these books, though sometimes she gets which book was which a bit muddled in her head. There's been a lot.
So, as you guys go on with your book club, discussing what you've read, who you think the murderer is, about the past books, or about anything else your train of thought goes to. Will... Damn it, train derailed.
Garnet does realize that her daughters haven't really called the past month. Normally, at least one of them calls her every month, but... And she doesn't want to be, like, pressuring them or anything, because they're young ladies, they're living their own life. She doesn't want to feel like she's hovering over them, rather. But she does pause and reflect.
You're living your life too, so
That's true too.
live recklessly. Give them a call.
What's the worst that could happen? They're too busy.
The worst that could happen is they could say they want me to leave them alone.
We all know that's not the case.
You two really are too kind. Anyway, these aren't going to all eat themselves, and she snags one of the biscuits.
Sapphire has already been dipping her biscuits in the tea.
Pearl has also been eating daintily.
Sapphire not so daintily. She licks her finger.
So, Sapphire, these biscuits, they're pretty good, but you know for certain you could have done better.
Yeah, but I don't say that.
You know you could have done better, Garnet says outright.
You said it, not me.
But her heart's in the right place. Too bad she has to...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, it's too bad she has to do all that shelving all by herself.
She has many more years to perfect it than I do.
You're gonna live forever.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
As book club goes on, Cassie does stop by the once or twice just to check in you guys and also to stock some books in here as well. But it tends to be more the rarer, older books that are kept in this room.
Oh, interesting. Anything in particular?
There's nothing that really stands out too much. There's a couple older, like leatherback books that are in a case that's locked. Like, there is a Charles Dickens that the little placard says is first edition, but can't be sure unless you actually took it out and checked it out. Pardon me?
Even then, I couldn't be sure. My my trade was corpses, not tree corpses.
So the hour goes by and your book club starts to wind down for the day.
Well, that was quite a good one.
It's always good to put a little bit of a dent in our reading.
Once we're through with this one, we'll be nearing the end of the series.
At least for now. Hopefully they'll put another out before too long.
Robin mentioned the author is pretty prolific with the amount she can write.
Well, once we're done, we'll have to find something else to do. Maybe we should write our own.
I wouldn't know where to begin with such a thing.
Motive.
Jealous lover, of course.
Perhaps a cannibal.
A jealous cannibal lover. You can't convict them of the crime if they eat the evidence.
What do they do with the bones?
They stuck the bone marrow out.
They burned them.
Grind them up.
Make bread.
Make the bread.
And make their bread. It was a giant cannibal jealous ex-lover. I think we're on to something.
Was it a fiery giant cannibal lover?
At least their passion was.
I think I'll go down to the old lighthouse after this.
Hoping to rekindle your own passions.
Oh, those days are gone, but the view is quite nice.
Well,
And this old thing, and she taps her camera, still has a few pictures left. I hope. There's a slight melancholy look on her face. She knows it's going to give out any day. And she's not looking forward to the day.
why don't you take it to a mechanist? Once it
They don't
gets
make the
out.
parts for it anymore.
That's unfortunate. I'm sure if you were able to get on the interwebs, you would be able to find an antique seller who has them.
Versus the interwebs is so complicated.
Maybe that would be a good reason to reach out to your children. One of them has to understand how it works, right?
Oh, I'm certain both of them do. Though I expect them to understand different parts.
Let's see, perfectly reasonable then. You have an excuse, and they'd be more than happy to help their mother.
Oh, I just hope that Laura is doing well.
Is Laura the punk or the law school?
Law school. Lana is the punk. I know how hard it is to get through, well, fresh schooling. Incidentally, she actually was a mother fairly late in life. That's why her child is still just going to law school right now.
Okay. So as the hour comes up, there is a knock on the door and Cassie comes in. Hey, the hour's up. You guys all good?
We're packing up as we speak.
Pick up with that.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, did you guys go by the beach today? Because when I was coming in this morning, I thought there's something going on down there.
Something like what?
I'm not too sure. There's a bunch of people down there. There's police tape there too, blocking them off, so I couldn't quite see.
Well, that's going to be a problem if we were going to stop by the lighthouse.
There was talk of going to the lighthouse. Now we have an excuse to all go.
Well, if you guys do and you find out what happens, let me know. Because I'm kind of curious.
So you'll always be able to get gossip from the three of us.
Appreciate anything you guys want to share.
Well, should we get going? Just gotta clear this space for someone else, after all.
Of course.
Should I break you down for the same time next week?
Of course, of course.
Absolutely.
I'll see if I have any tea to try again next week as well.
Did you take your lunch yet?
I get to nibble some, yes.
Alright, good, you're a growing girl. Well, you're not, you're an adult, but you still need nutrition.
It was very good, thank you, Sapphire.
Glad to hear it. Well, let's roll, Coven.
And we head out.
So, the bookstore is actually quite near the boardwalk that would lead to the beach. It's about 1 in the afternoon now, and it seems like it is pretty busy at the moment. There's fishmongers bringing in their catch. There are some families just walking down. A kid with an ice cream. You can hold it on to one of their parents' his hands. You go, and you do see at the far end, and where it would lead off to a pathway that would lead off to the beach, is blocked off by the police tape.
The second Garnet sees that police tape, her entire posture, her entire demeanor changes. She actually straightens up. The cane is no longer being used to brace herself, but she has it gripped in her hand, and there is a light in her eyes. This is the moment she lives for right now. And she is going to move towards that police tape as fast as possible. There's a real mystery afoot.
So, as you get closer to the police tape, you see the sheriff, Wayman Darmopel, talking to one of his deputies. I don't care. I don't care that he took the week off. There's a murder down here, and we don't have anyone to examine the body. Yeah. Call him again. he's red in the face as he's shouting at his deputy that it is causing a lot of looks, though he doesn't seem to notice that.
Oh, Sheriff! Hi!
His back stiffens a bit and turns to look at the three of you.
Oh, you need a body exam?
No, I
Sheriff,
uh,
I still do have my credentials. And I never leave home without this. And yes, she has her medical bag with her.
like he looks at you, looks at the other two, then just down the beach like fine. Just this once time, but you can't tell anybody what you see. Yeah.
Here, eat this and relax and give him a rest.
What'd you
He
give him?
does go to turn to say something to you, but he did not expect to get food, so you just completely disarmed whatever he was going to say. Thank you.
Quite welcome, dearie.
I'm already heading towards the body.
Oh, it's not at the beach anymore. We had to move it somewhere cold.
Oh, yes, that would make a lot more sense.
I'm still talking to him. I was like, remember, if you're too stressed out to do your job, how do you expect to keep us safe? Now you gotta relax a little bit. Just let us know if you need anything. Give him a pat on the back.
Yes, Miss Starting. So yeah, I think he has a expression that commonly happens to people you talk to, and it's like, I was not expecting this. She's being so nice, but I was just going to yell at them, but I'm not expecting this. Yes, ma'am.
She's probably been in trouble with the police in her younger years. So
Oh yeah, he probably had like 3 or 4 files.
Yeah, somewhere. We don't talk about that. Or sometimes we do. Some of them she's proud of.
The coroner's currently on vacation, and he's out of town visiting his in-laws. So he's not able to come in for this. Just follow me. So instead of going to his car, he's actually going to one of the... I want to make sure I have the right name. He's actually going to the fish market. Yeah.
Oh, that is quite a clever way of keeping the body cold, though I can't see the fishermen and the market people quite enjoying the experience. The body's stuck in essentially in a cooler, isn't it?
It is, yeah. He does come to the door, and there is the local fishmonger. He's trying to act like everything is fine, but Pearl and Sapphire, you've probably known him long enough that you can see how uncomfortable he is. You've been here all your life, and certainly more than his life. He's Ethan Beauregard looks to the sheriff like, Sheriff, can we just move it. I don't want my customers to know that we have it back there. Like, I'm happy to help till we can, but
Okay, well, we're then. Sorry, go on.
Ethan Beauregard. I will just. And
Everything okay?
yep, just typing out their names for you guys.
Ah, okay. Wunderbar.
Like, yeah, I'm just gonna call him Ethan because that's gonna be much easier for me to repeat over and over again. And Ethan, the fishmonger, looks towards three like, oh, there's not like there's anything here that shouldn't be. How are you ladies doing today? Do you eat some fish?
Oh, dearie. The sheriff there's tipped his hand a little bit. Don't worry, I'm gonna take a quick look, and then hopefully you can get out of your hair. I pull out latex.
Sorry, go on.
I pull out latex gloves and like snap them on.
And then I say, while she takes a quick look, I'll take two salmon and one bass.
I'm quite fine, still vegetarian.
Of course, yeah. We can. I'll go wrap up those fish, and the sheriff can show you where. Just Ethan just turns around and walks away because he offered to help, but he didn't expect the help would be holding a body in his freezer. The sheriff turns to three. Okay, just right back this way. Okay. So he opens the door, or leading inside, and leads you round back behind the counter. He opens a second freezer door. So you get a strong fishy smell coming from it as he opens it. And as you guys go in, you can kind of feel the hairs on the back of your neck, like somebody's watching you as you go.
Ooh, creepy.
Spooky.
I would like to make a perception check.
What would be the equivalent?
I guess either composure or reason.
How do I roll that?
Select the day move, and I think it gives you a option, if I'm not mistaken.
Advantage or disadvantage? Or none?
Just regular.
Did we all roll it, or just
I
her?
think she was the only one doing it, right?
Yeah, just Sapphire.
Fair enough. Absolutely.
Great success.
Okay. So on a +10, you do what you intended, or hold steady, describe what it looks like. So as you turn around to see where that feeling being watched on is coming from, you look out the front display window, So, and you see that child that was holding his parents' hands before, just staring at you as you're about to go inside the cooler.
Since Garnet's probably focused right now, there's just a gentle nudge to Pearl and the slightest cant of her head.
Pearl's gonna look out towards the child as well. Oh, well. That's
He
different.
brings ice cream cone up to his face and just... It's a young child, so they're just
What a charming
messily
young
eating the
lad.
code.
I
It
throw
just-
a rap at them.
Just a tad messy. Just hit him in the face as he's eating the ice cream.
Yes.
That's child abuse, dear.
No, I don't really do that.
I'm gonna say that'd be really impressive because it would have had to go through the door, probably bounce off a couple things to smack the kid.
The skill.
Hey,
you
look
have
at
to
you,
smack
look
the
at
Yeah, just smack the ice cream out of the hand.
Oh gosh.
And replace it with a wrap. So much healthier.
Yeah,
Grab
it's
by the scruff of his collar and lift him up and start shoving the wrap in his face.
Garnet is actually humming at this moment, by the way.
So, how long ago was the body found, Sheriff?
He was found this morning. I think.
Was found this morning. All right, and then that should create a bit of a time window for your quick observations to see when he might have
Was
died.
it found on the shore or in the water?
He was found washed up on the beach.
Oh dear, that's going to mess things up quite a bit.
Indeed.
Especially considering who he is.
There is identification and stuff on him, right? Just double checking.
Yeah, he is. So, I don't think you would know. Many you would probably know him by sight, but you would probably, Red at least would know his last name, which is Cross. Gross. Making sure I
Last
have
name is Cross.
this. Albert Cross.
Albert Cross. Okay. Those of us who have lived here for a long time, would we know anything about them, or we need to make a check?
That would be a meddling roll, I think. With
And meddling is under which one for this?
with this one
Still learning.
would likely be a reason roll.
Reason.
Well,
roll?
meddling with reason.
Oh, meddling move with reason. Advantage,
this is-
disadvantage, none.
Just regular.
Yeah. Vitality with reason. I'm good at reason. Bloop bloop. Mild success. 7 to 9, there's a complication, either the clue itself or a complication you encounter while searching.
Interesting.
So, since you have done, is like a whole bunch of charity events, it's- the name Cross seems really
Yeah.
familiar. Like you've heard it a lot with your charity things. You don't know whether exactly how, but you know it has something. The name is quite common in the
It's a name that's
charity
gone through the
circuit.
circle.
Yeah. Like, you think it's somehow related to like the Boston chariot circuit, like the high class gala charities, but you just don't know the details about it.
Well, that's unfortunate to see. I don't know too much about the details, but it seems he's met an unfortunate end. He was quite popular in the galas and the charities and the other rich philanthropists daring do dad meet and greet orgies.
Garnet does do a double take at the word meet and greet orgies.
Oh yes, they were all the rage. Back before, the Backstreet Boy reunion tour, as the kids are saying nowadays. Anybody who was anybody would go to the meet and greet orgies.
You've never been to a meet and greet orgy?
I have never been to a orgy in my life.
You really need to get out more.
So you keep saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, have I seen the corpse yet?
Yes. The corpse is of a middle-aged man wearing an expensive suit. He seems quite well put together. I'll bring us over to the mystery board, and I'll actually tell you what the mystery is called. Dad Overboard.
Dad overboard. Oh no.
Interesting.
Not Dad.
Yeah,
At least it's not.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna say at least it's not Uncle Grandpa overboard.
If Uncle Grandpa went overboard, he could stay overboard.
True.
Yeah, he is at least late 40s. He's maybe early 50s. He does look incredibly young for his age and well put together. There. The sheriff says, this was Albert Kraus. He and his family were on the yacht out in the marina. They're having a little visit.
They just happened to have lost track of him long enough to fall into the water.
Well, the family thinks it was an accident, but I don't think so. Not with those people. Well, you guys do remember the yacht, which was a massive, stupid rich people money yacht.
Stupid rich people money yacht. Just gonna lean into Sapphire and say, "I'm telling you, it's the jealous lover. Look at the size of the yacht he was packing."
Maybe, but it could equally be a jealous lover. No, I was about to say something that wasn't going to work. But it could equally be the nephew looking to get the inheritance that their philanthropist uncle has been throwing money towards.
I would like to, if I'm able, to do a quick autopsy on this body using my reusable medicine bag to gain advantage. Would that be meddling?
That is going to be a meddling rule. He's not going to let you do a whole open him up autopsy, but he is going to let you do like the examination.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll find something that will convince him to let me do the full thing. So,
Yeah.
looking
So that
meddling.
Should be reason. And with advantage because you're using your first aid kit.
Okay, so how do I make it reason? It just said input value, advantage or disadvantage. When I submit, will that let me?
It should continue asking for more.
Okay. Yes, it is, and this is reason. And
Okay,
Ooh.
a success.
I find a clue.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I found also find either a void clue or something about the dark conspiracy.
Oh, it was a jealous
my.
lover. This goes deeper than any of us realize.
He was dating Cthulhu.
It was those damn dirty mermaids.
And Azathoth wasn't having his shit.
Aegon had first dibs on that booty. That's why he was sacrificed to the ocean.
All right, what do I find?
So I'm just looking through the list of clues. Want to pick the best one for this.
Absolutely. Or is it best two?
We're gonna put off on the void clue just a moment. You're gonna get one, but that's gonna come in a little bit later.
Absolutely. So I earned one, but the trigger won't be pulled quite yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm perfectly okay with that.
So, as you go through the preliminary examination of the body, you check for rigor. You open up his shirt just to check for any signs of wounds, and you do see a hole in his sternum. You were in a corner for quite a long time, so you can tell that was a gunshot, and it looked like it's probably pretty close.
Oh, Sheriff, would you mind coming over here for a moment?
Yes, what is it? He comes over and starts to lean over the body.
Your theory of foul play is absolutely correct. This is not the sort of wound someone survives. And look at this. There's even some gunpowder residue. This was done very close. I would suspect whoever did it is somebody who either completely got the drop on them or somebody they were intimately familiar with. Somebody they trusted enough to let have a gun.
If they were on board a big fancy yacht, it's probably someone that they were related to or had some kind of relation to. Is there an exit wound?
Is there?
There is not.
Well, you have a bullet in there somewhere.
You should be able to trace the bullet casing back to the type of gun, maybe even the owner.
Can I get out the bullet?
I'm gonna say not at this time, but you can't, since there is no exit wound, you can tell that it is a small caliber gun that did do it.
Okay. Well, this is a smaller caliber bullet. I can't quite fish it out under these conditions. Too much risk of, losing it.
The sheriff is writing in his notebook that's like, that's good. It was just his family on the boat, his wife, Allison, his youngest daughter, Emily, son, David, eldest daughter, Sarah, and the butler, Andrew, and lastly, Captain Curlin. They were on the boat with them. Apparently, there was no other staff with them that day for this trip.
Quite a small number for such a extravagant yacht. Well, at least we can tell one thing for absolute certain. He was dead before he hit the water.
He closes his book and just kind of pats against his palm. I shouldn't be asking you this because you are all civilians, but there is pressure on me just to let this go and let them go on their day. But as you can see, there is the bullet, which proves this is a murder.
They don't
And
seem very concerned with his death if they're pressuring you to let this slide.
they have connections. They're trying to play it off as an accident, which this isn't. Right now, they are just on the yacht, and I want to investigate deeper. Would you three be willing to come with me and assist this end?
Oh, absolutely.
I love rubbing shoulders with blue bloods.
Oh, what if you pitched a charity in his name?
Charity for a rich person? Somehow I don't think that's going to fly.
A charity to further avoid accidental deaths by falling into water while yachting. They'll positively eat it up because they're so narcissistic.
Well, his wife is the charity now, what I hear.
Precisely.
So you guys are willing to help?
Of course.
Absolutely. I'll do everything in my power to make sure that justice is served.
Justice is a dish best served cold.
Hmm.
Like seafood.
Then I guess it's best served to him. I give the corpsicle a little bit of a look.
Cannibal lovers. Called it.
But there's no bite wounds, right?
No, there's no way.
Okay. There's no bite wounds.
But you were talking about serving him.
They didn't get the chance to eat him because he fell overboard.
Haven't had the chance to eat him yet.
Okay, so we're going to go above game for the time being. Do you guys want to go? Oh, sorry?
Sorry, I did want to get a chance to speak to the child.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. But, after you try to speak to the child, do you guys want to go directly to the yacht to talk to the family, or do you guys want to go like where they found the body?
We should probably go to where they found the body. Isn't going to do anything because he was killed on the boat.
I mean, yeah. The yacht is where evidence could be destroyed. It seems like the more important location at the moment.
Okay. 2 for yacht. Are you okay with that, Shay, after the child?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So the sheriff says, "I'll go get the boat ready for us to go get to the yacht. You can meet me down at the dock in a few minutes." Is there anything else you guys want to do before child?
No, this feels pressing.
This does feel pressing. Yeah, let's talk to the child quickly. There's one question: who discovered the body?
That small child eating ice cream.
Oh, it was
No,
a small
no,
child
no.
eating ice
I was making a joke. Ignore me.
Okay.
That's why he has the ice cream. He's traumatized.
The sheriff flips through his notebook. Look. And was a runner this morning. Jessica Mudge Deerings, yes. She found him on the beach.
Does he have his wallet and everything with him?
That sounds like another metal roll.
Oh, okay. Without my medical kit this time.
Yep,
I'm
and
absolutely willing to meddle more.
should be reason.
Absolutely.
Do we know who Jessica
I will-
Dearings is?
She is a resident of Brindlewood Bay. She's in her early 30s. She works at the grocery store.
Okay, I got an 8.
So as you go through his pockets, you pull out his wallet. It's really soaked. You open it up, and he has money in there, and it's also another sheet of paper.
Another sheet of paper.
Yeah, the ink's really running on it. It's kind of hard to make out. Dude.
Oh, dears, do you know any way to dry waterlogged paper without ruining it?
Most of the ink has gone running on, unfortunately. But well. You've seen this before, a document like this before, where it is a DNA test comparing two samples together to check if they're related.
Oh, it is jealous lovers.
Or a child trying to keep from being disinherited.
So, Sapphire, you wanted to go to speak to the child, right?
Yeah.
Hey kid, want to see a dead body?
So, as you leave the fishmonger, you see the child is a bit further down, holding on to his father's hand, just bawling. Like, this kid's gonna need a bath when he's finished with this. That's how much he's just going to town on this ice cream cone. And that's probably half the size of his head. And he's just kind of the staring through windows, just flicking as he stares.
Well, how are you two doing this day?
Chad looks up to you, still going. His father looks towards you like, "Oh, we're doing quite well." Timothy, say hello. Child looks, eats his ice cream. Hi.
Hello there, Timothy. Are you enjoying your day?
I got ice cream. Ah,
Is that a yes?
yes.
Well, that's
I
good to
like
hear.
ice cream.
Your dad's a good man, then.
My dad's big.
He's big. Looking at the dad, I don't suppose you'd happen to see anything strange going on, besides the police tape, perhaps in regards to the police tape.
No, honestly, we were gonna go down to the beach for a swim, but the tape kind of stopped us, so he puts his hand on his son's head, just give it a little ruffle. So we went for ice cream instead. We're not gonna tell Mom, though. She doesn't like us when we have too much ice cream. I like my ice cream.
Well, you're going to have to clean up before that, and she'll take out a. Excuse me. She'll take out a. Like a wet nap or something. Here you are.
His dad takes the wet nap, like, "Oh, thanks," and he starts to try to clean up him a little bit. It's a lot of ice cream. And the kid is 4, and it's just like it's ice cream. Why'd you go in the big door?
Oh, we were just in there to help a friend out. Did you see something strange? You should be that we should be aware of. Is there something through that big door?
Smells like fish.
It does smell like fish.
And fish aren't friends. They're bite you in the toes when you go into the ocean.
Some of them do, but you know what you can do? You can bite them back after you cook them. And hopefully you had a good outing here instead of and don't have to deal with anything too scary.
We're on big.
What do you say? We're on what?
He's trying to say vacation, but he doesn't quite know the word. We're on
Ah.
vacation. Vacation. Yeah, that's what we are on.
So they're not from around here.
Yeah, his dad just I was like, "Oh no, buddy, it's vacation." Can you say it with me? Vacation. That's close, bud, but not quite.
Is there what would I do for like inciting?
That would be. Oh, you thought you do reason or presence, as you are talking this child and dad.
Do I get an advantage for previously sensing him?
Yeah, sure. That is a 9, so a mild success.
Keeper will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. If you go through with it, the Keeper will describe what it looks like.
Just talking to this child and his father at the moment. Oh, you did the day move, not the meddling move.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
It would be the same roll either way.
But it might be a different thing, though.
On a hit, you find a clue. The keeper will tell you what it is. On a 7 and 9, there's a complication, either with the clue itself or a complication you got her while searching. Okay. What was the last thing that you asked the child? Just
I don't remember.
You did ask him about the big door. And if he saw anything?
right. The fish eat mice.
They certainly can if they're big enough.
I saw a man drop one. And it had the mice. The mouse. The big mouse. The other mate, the guy with the big hat, he was carrying the other guy that got the fish. With the mouse.
You saw a guy with a hat carrying another guy who was carrying a fish eating a mouse. Did I understand that correctly?
That
I
is
certainly
what he
did.
said, yeah.
Did the big hat man have a star on his chest? Or a badge?
Yes. He
Where-
is. The boy looks around, just kind of points towards the docks. Him. And points towards the sheriff.
Okay.
Brought the other man to the big door.
Where was it dropped? Do you remember, even roughly?
Sure, we can find it if we start backtracking in the direction that they found that gentleman passed out. They emphasize passed out.
My dad seems a little uncomfortable at the moment because, like, I see they're asking my kid this. Like,
Oh, don't you worry about it, dearie. Some fellow just wasn't feeling well. A bit under the weather, you see.
sure.
Just better to define what you dropped before he wakes back up. Yes.
I think he dropped the fish with the mouse by the docks.
What an odd thing to misplace. Well, don't you two worry about a thing. You just enjoy your vacation. It was a pleasure meeting you. Sapphire Dartings, by the way. And she'll extend a hand.
Jonathan, he shakes your hand. Tim, we should get going now.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep,
Have a
guys,
good one.
have a good one.
Alright, let's backtrack towards wherever this mouse fish is.
God, with the rat and stuff in his mouth.
A child, a rat is a big mouse.
It's true.
Yep. So between the three of us, do we manage to find this strange icon?
You do see it, but a bird does grab it before you guys can get to it. It's
Shit.
not a cod that's would normally locally be around here, though.
A bird just flew down towards it, or is flying, like, is already gone with it?
A bird flew in and stole it before we could reach it.
Yeah, it was kind of trying to go at it as you guys were walking up to it. And just kind of grabbed it and flew it as you got closer.
Oh, can I scare it away?
That is the consequence of your mild success.
Can I throw a knife at it?
I think the consequence of your success is that it is gone.
Yeah. You know, I don't think.
Get back here, you flying rat! Can I at least get a good look at this thing? Or a look at this thing?
Yeah, you could
I
tell that.
pull out my.
You could tell
I
that
pull
it
out my camera.
was actually a good-sized rat shoved into a cod's mouth that's not normally native to these waters. So, likely somebody shoved a rat into a fish's mouth, is what you can assume.
That's just fucking weird.
It's a bit weird, yes.
There's probably something inside the rat.
Are we hunting a seagull with a fish with a rat?
It seems like an
There is
awful lot
no-
of work.
There's no way that we're managing to pick out one gull among. I wave my cane at the mass of gulls. I'm assuming there's a mass of gulls.
There are a lot of them.
All you have to do is crack open a piece of crab, throw it in the air, let it fall to the ground, and all the gulls come to you.
I was gonna just suggest we wait for them to finish eating, but
That's fine too.
I like your idea better.
Oh, alright. I reach into the bag of fish I just got. I'll
Pearl throws the fish that she had bought as well, just in the direction of the seagulls. Just a straight up old lady eat.
yeet.
Okay, the seagulls kind of swarm the fish.
Do they go away from the cod?
Well, that seagull flew off with the cod.
Oh, I thought he landed to eat, because we were talking about the group of seagulls.
Oh.
Did we just assume that and that didn't happen?
You kind of did. Sorry.
Okay.
I was running off of Shay's thing, because there was no correction. Okay.
I guess we don't do
not.
that.
Yeah,
No.
then we don't throw fish, because that didn't happen.
Sorry if I
Alright.
wasn't clear enough.
It's just something that I don't know.
If we see that flying rat again, I'm gonna have to ask it some questions. Some hard questioning.
Should we head to the yacht then?
Yes.
So you guys-
Dear, it's silly, but seagulls are a protected species.
Is that why we can't get rid of the flying rats?
That's why we can't get rid of the flying rat. Or pick up the flying rat, yeah.
It's weird because they
Why?
seem to be thriving very well on their own.
Exceedingly well.
Yes, they're worldwide endangered for some reason.
For some
Just
reason.
silly.
I'm. How long ago was this? Because I just look around at like the throng of seagulls. I'm not sure I believe that.
Well, they're not endangered here, dearie. It's a worldwide type deal.
Are you sure you're not thinking of boobies?
Boobies are protected.
No, but I'm sure that you two think of boobies much more than I do.
Listen, I used to be married. I used to get plenty of boobies in my day.
I used to be married too, though.
Yes, but how
Not
often did
really.
you get his boobies?
Just wow.
Listen,
More than you think.
there you go.
More than you think.
I remember
Oh.
Henry used to love boobies.
All men love boobies.
They do seem to be rather universally loved by boys who don't like boys. And by some boys that like boys.
And girls that
That
like
also
girls.
like girls. And girls that like girls. Like you, dear.
Aw, thank you. At least you've stopped calling us sisters. That's a joke. You probably never said that. But they're
No,
old. Who
I've-
knows? Maybe they did.
No, I've always been respectful enough if confused.
But not confused enough to find out.
Not
It's
quite
all-
that confused.
It's all right, dearie. Most college girls were also confused.
Anyway, we better get to the boat before the sheriff leaves without us.
Wouldn't want that.
He's at the boat just
Tell-
waving his hat to get your attention.
Oh no, he's already left. No. We walk up to the sheriff. Sorry, we were chasing seagulls.
Why would you do things like that?
Because apparently somebody stuffed a rat into a cod.
God, that's not native here, mind you.
Cod that's not native here, mind you.
So now there's a rat in a cod.
And there's a turd in the punch bowl.
The sad thing is,
Oh.
they're telling the truth. There was a cod with a rat inside, but the gull swooped in and stole it before we could get close enough. Apparently, it was dropped by him while you were carrying him. That little 4-year-old told us.
As crazy as that
Also-
may sound.
Okay. We should get going to the yacht.
Oh, I do have one other thing to mention to you on the way. There was a paternity test involved.
Found it on his
Paternity
person.
test? Unfortunately, it's rather ruined, so the result is unknown.
Does it say at least who he was taken about?
Did it?
Not that you can see, unfortunately.
No, the water damaged it far too much. But it does make me slightly suspicious of, well, all the direct family. I can see a reason for the wife or any of the children. After all, can you tell us more about the gentleman?
Wait, how old was this guy?
40s.
Okay.
Yeah, probably late 40s.
Was
Looks to be
he
in
the
good
type
shape.
that took great stock in his children being his own flesh and blood? Carry on the proud family name, all that?
Well, the times I've met him, he's always been a self-righteous asshole.
That's usually the case of blue bloods.
True enough, true enough. Well, self-righteous assholes generally don't like giving people they didn't contribute to any of their wealth when they're gone. We must see if he changed the will recently.
If he found out somebody wasn't his child, it's the most logical
Exactly.
course of action.
Exactly. Of
If you want
course,
to find
the
that,
logic-
it'd be best to ask the wife, I would assume.
No, the butler. The wife would have motive to lie.
Do you think the butler is the jealous lover and the actual father of one of the children?
No, the jealous lover's the captain.
Could be both.
Oh. One of those orgies you went on about?
I tell you, they're real. Just because you've never been to one doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah, have you ever seen air? We all breathe it. You can't see it, but we know it exists.
Scientifically, you can see air, dear. That's why the sky is blue.
Damn, force it again.
You can also actually freeze air.
It's true.
You can also see orgies.
Excuse me, I don't know what just came over me.
If you had been to an orgy, you would have had a good idea.
I just looked at the sheriff and I'm like, what? We're all 21s.
I
We were all
am a happily married man.
61s.
And I was a happily married woman who never participated in what they're talking about.
I was a happily married woman who attended orgies quite regularly with their wife.
Yes, dear. I'm absolutely certain you did.
Listen, just because... You know what? You know what? It's fine. I don't have to prove anything to you. Just don't be
Let's
surprised
laugh.
when you stumble across an orgy on this yacht.
I hope.
I would be surprised.
The storyteller is like, I hope we don't.
Well,
Everyone
4 of the
can
6 of them are
relate.
related.
It doesn't necessarily have to be all of them together. They could be pairing off. Plus, rich people are weird. It could very well be that they're just... Where'd they get this old money from, huh? It could be West Virginia. You don't know.
So you're saying their old money is from
Old
what,
money.
fetish porn?
It could be. Could be. Could be. I just more am implying that old money tends to lead to inbreeding. Can't dilute the gene pool, as the European nobility says.
Does that mean the jealous lover?
Was the brother? Yes.
Okay.
Who was going to be disinherited from his own will because he's the son of the captain and the butler.
Theories, I love you dearly. But
No,
you're
I'm
gonna make
already
me take
I'm already taking notes for a novel.
This is going to be a bestseller.
The sad thing is, I think they're right.
If something like Twilight can make money, this will kill.
Oh, Lord.
I look at the sheriff and I'm like, I apologize profusely on their behalf because they never will.
You don't need to apologize. He knows what we're about.
He's down to Cloud for orgies.
He's here reevaluating his life choices at the moment.
Okay, now
you
we
can't
have to
uninvite
ace
us now.
Let me help you get onto the boat.
Thank you. You're such a gentleman.
Yes, that would be quite kind.
He goes to help Ichigo onto the police boat.
I go back to my hunched over appearance and just am staring at that yacht. It really is too big for 6 people, isn't it? It's like huge.
Yeah, you'd honestly expect it to be used to hold like parties. You'd think there'd be a need for a lot of staff because
How do you keep something like that clean with one person? I can barely keep my little old home clean by myself.
Well, like I said, it was the only staff at that time.
normally you'd assume that would need more people. So this is probably just here for an impromptu family vacation. That's why then we have the one butler and the captain.
That poor man must have been run so ragged. Or must be run so ragged. 5 rich people? And keeping the entire place clean enough for him? He's definitely not the lover. He wouldn't have enough time.
You
The
never
sheriff.
know. They usually tend to be really good at multitasking.
Oh! Rough.
Oh,
Could you run? Probably not now, but later, could you run a gun license check to see who actually would have a gun of that caliber?
Of the people on the boat.
Of the people on the boat, yes.
It shouldn't be hard to narrow down if any of them own a gun. They should be registered.
Of course, they're rich people, so they could quite easily have gotten it either through various inheritances or just less than legally. Still, knowing if there's one there would narrow things down. Or at least give us something to look at.
I can call it in later to have the boys check it out.
Thank you. Just trying to look at all the angles.
So as the boat pulls up to the back of the yacht, you see an older man who's gray at the temples, wearing spotless officer whites. He's waiting. He's standing at attention. And as the boat pulls up, the chef tosses him a rope to tie it down. He moves with such familiarity that if you blink, it's already tied off perfectly.
That must be the captain?
Looks
Guy,
that
you get a
way.
new voice.
A well-trained seaman.
Yes, I'm Captain Curly, and who are you three? He looks to the sheriff, kind of confused as why he brought three women, three old women.
Would we know, is the captain local?
The captain is a local, though he has not really been in this in Brindlewood Bay consistently for a while now.
So he comes and goes then.
Yes. The sheriff looks at the three of you, like I'm like, they're consulting with us on this case.
Garnet does kind of nudge Pearl there because of the suggestion earlier. The charity one.
Oh, yes, right. We were here thinking we were going to offer our services in a charity to the late Krause's memory.
That's so kind. Here, let me help you in.
Oh, thank you. You're such a gentleman.
Yeah, when he holds his hand out for you to grab and he pulls you in, then he is strong. Like he has worked with his hands for a long time, and you just tell that he fills out that the dress white remarkably well.
Are there any fresh pockmarks to either of his hands? Such as from gunpowder burns?
That be another metal roll.
Okay, just give me one moment.
Sure. Is there anything you two would like to do while we wait for Chris to come back?
Oh,
Still reason?
That does seem like the noticeable one, yes.
Okay. Okay, mild success.
He doesn't seem to have any pockmarks on his hand, and you hold on to his hands a bit too long, so he does kind of give you a bit of a look, like unsure of you, like he thinks might be a little bit suspicious.
Oh, sorry. My arthritis is acting up again. Hand got a little locked.
Of course, yes.
Sapphire will glance to him and say, quite the yacht here. I suppose they've stocked up on quite a bit of food. As a former chef, I'm quite interested in what kind of stuff they keep. Any particular rare ingredients they have on hand?
I don't know myself, but I do know we have a full kitchen for when Miss Allison has her charity events on the boat on the yacht. If you want to know what we have, you'd be better off asking Andrew.
Well, all right then.
So the sheriff comes on board after you. Would you be able to take us to Allison? We'd like to do some interviews. Yeah, she's just right this way. He motions further into the boat. He leads you up some stairs. He's into kind of a grand. It would in a house it'd be like a grand foyer, where there's actually crown molding along the edges of the room. There's some expensive furniture. There's some paintings on the wall. Well, it is lavishly decorated. He brings up some more stairs to essentially a bar, or where you see a thin, graceful woman who's well dressed. She's on the phone as you come up. She seems to be a bit of a heated conversation. With whoever's on the other end. She has a martini sitting on the counter, bar top in front of her. He's here. Charles, I don't know how long it'll be. We're trying to get back there as soon as we can, but see if you can book the band, and we have to make sure that the catering is perfect. I'm not going to have this event be ruined by an accident that, as dreadful as it is, we've been planning this veterans charity ball for months. I'm not going to let it go wrong. You can hear some murmur talking on the other end of the phone. Unfortunately, just get it done, okay? She hangs up. And she turns to look at three of you, plus the sheriff. Sheriff, can we go now? It's a tragic accident what happened to my husband, but we have things to do in Boston.
Am I able to do another what is it? What was it for insight again? I forget what the equivalent is. Was it composure or reason?
I think would be reason, because you're trying to understand the person. Composure is more
Hiding.
Keeping your cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it cool.
Like even before like entering, I feel like Sapphires gonna try to like listen and study her and see if she can pick up what this woman is feeling
Okay,
in regards to her husband's murder, and basically how much she knows, about it.
This would be a day move with reason. Just flat. And it's a great success. Yes, you do what intended, or you hold still, you describe what it looks like. So, how are you looking her over? Like, how are you trying to study her?
She's watching her demeanor. It's like basically as someone who lived their early years, having to watch and pay close attention and guess what people were thinking. She's going to study her body language, how tense she might be, whether there any of those subtle tics that she's looking for, like she's trying to hide something, or it might be, or if she's feeling any sort of sorrow or anything, or if it might be just false mourning.
Okay, she does seem to be tense, like she is wound up. Her husband did die, so she does actually show that she is sad, because he was part of her life for a long time. But she seems more proper word I'm trying to grab.
Is it tension towards the sheriff or other people being here, or is it more tension just from losing someone?
Bit of tension from losing someone, but it's also she has this event she wants to go back. She frustrated she's stuck in Brindlewood Bay because
She seemed preoccupied with that more than her husband's death.
she's more preoccupied with that than the death. Yes.
I'm gonna wait until I can talk to the sheriff alone for a second, because I do have a question now.
Okay. We are just about at 11. I think this might be a good spot for us to stop for the night.
Sounds fair.
Seems like a good halfway breaking point.
It definitely does. Before questioning our first suspect, essentially.
Grab a kitchen knife and hold it up and say, "What do you know?"
Why'd you do it?
Okay, should do. Ah, fuck! I forgot to have you guys mark something. The end of session questions at the beginning of the session.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Oh.
Well, we didn't solve a mystery.
Yeah, definitely solve a mystery. So we'll go through the list this time, and if any two of them has happened, we'll say you had that one marked. We'll remember next time to mark them at the beginning of the session, though.
Right.
So why do we mark them at the beginning and not at the end, like in Things from the Flood? Is this stuff that we need to accomplish?
Essentially, it's something you accomplish. Like,
Oh, okay.
so you mark two of the questions, like at the beginning, you would mark did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official? If that happens by the end of the session, you get an experience point.
Gotcha. Okay, so
I
it's stuff we're actively trying to do in the session.
Yeah, and since I forgot to have you guys do that at the start, we'll just
It's-
act like they're all marked, and if you've done up to 2 of them, you'll get the 2 experience.
Okay.
What if we've gotten more than 2?
We only need 2, hun.
Yeah.
It's my way of saying any of the 6 there will work, because normally you'd only have 2 marked, and you only get the experience from the ones you have marked.
And where are we recording the experience? Oh, never mind. I see the experience track. It's the bluish gray backdrop is not helpful for seeing the rest of the sheet. It's like I can't see anything. Actually, if you take it out of dark mode, it becomes a little easier. But
Do we,
Okay.
Do we mark an experience for each one we checked?
if you checked 2, you mark an experience.
Okay.
So, are we just going down the list, or are we just telling you which ones we did?
We'll just go down the list this time, because next time we'll actually have 2 marked before when we start, so when we go through it next time, if you did those 2 things, you'll get experience for each thing you did.
Okay.
This is me saying, I fucked up. I'm not going to punish you guys for my fuck up.
All right. Well, let's roll through the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official?
I did. I gave him a sandwich and it was unexpected.
That really
You
undermine his
did.
authority,
Did just throw him off and made it probably a lot easier to deal with him.
Hmm.
Hey, if it counts.
Do you think either the other of us did? I don't think Garnet did.
I did not.
Okay. Did you share your wisdom with a young person?
I think we all did that one.
Yep.
Cassie.
Yep.
And the small child,
Absolutely.
really.
Okay. And did you share a memory of a late family member?
Oh boy, did we.
Oh, yes, so many orgy talks.
So many orgy talks. I was going to use that one for behaving like a woman half my age. Either way.
I mean, I did go into how much the camera matters to me due to it being a gift from my
You did.
late husband. So, yeah. Okay, I got 2.
Yeah.
So I marked 1 on the tracker?
You mark 1 for each of those. I'm going to guys
Okay.
mark up to 2 because of my fuck up.
Yeah, okay.
2 experience or 2 of the thingies?
2 experience.
Okay. 2 experience.
So-
Shay.
Yeah, I'm just going to read through the rest of them. Did you behave like a woman half your age?
Yes, orgy
Did
talk.
You
you
definitely did, yeah.
did you dolt on someone? Which, yes. And did
All
you
of us
show someone
did,
that
yep.
you still got it?
I mean, I expertly found that bullet hole, so yes.
Yeah, you did the early examination of the body, yes.
Yep, okay. Cool.
Okay, so you should each have 2 XP then.
Awesome.
Okay, let's.
So we only get a maximum of 2 then.
Yes, a maximum of 2.
Gotcha.
Oh, and
And-
just
Oh, yes.
I just want to bring up so I don't forget it to everybody. The question I'm going to ask the sheriff is, has she actually asked about the body?
Good one.
That is a good one, yes.
Just remind me next week. Not guaranteeing I'm going to remember it for an entire week.
I'll make sure to make a note of it.
Absolutely. Well, I
Okay.
had a blast.
Let's do our outros where you tell people where to find us.
Go ahead and start us off, Chris.
Well, I'm Chris, and you can find me here. This is pretty much the only net presence I have. I don't have a Twitter or anything, so yeah. You can find me here at party games in this one campaign at the moment. Jay?
Hi, I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae on Twitch, and here on Party Wake Games. Today I was playing Sapphire Darties. Whoa. Okay.
Sumis.
The biker granny. Remember, biker grannies are like normal grannies, except cooler.
Okay, then I guess next is me. Hi, I'm Dougler. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Blue Skies at Dougler93. Yeah. You can find me here Wednesdays, Thursdays, and potentially Fridays. You also find me on my own on Twitch, which will most likely be on Saturdays and Sundays, and maybe Monday or Tuesday, depending on how the week goes. Because I was playing everyone else. I hope you guys had some fun. I know I had some hiccups, but I hope to see everybody here tomorrow. Ren, take us home.
All right, hi, I'm Rin. I was playing Pearl. Pearl Watson. She is the delightful old lady that seems to know way too much about orgies. You can catch us, as mentioned, tomorrow, where I probably won't stream the Session Zero, just because there's a lot of empty space and silence during creation stuff. Maybe we could do it because it's kind of important to put that information out as well. I don't know. You might see us online tomorrow. I'm not 100% on that yet, but we are going to get started on our Session Zero for the Things from the Flood campaign that will normally be on Fridays going forward. So look forward to that. That's really it. I don't have anybody that we can jump over to. Actually, that's not true. Kiva is streaming, so we can go raid him. Them. I think it's them at this point. Pronouns are important. So we'll go over to them.
Pronouns are important.
Exactly. So we'll go over to Hallett TTTV. TTV. I almost typed in their moniker and not their. Gosh. All right, I gotta get used to this actual name. Okay, so many T's. 4 T's all in one go. Gotta make sure I type them all out. Howlett. TTV. So we'll go say hi to them. I can't raid from the Streamlabs because I'm not logged in. We'll do this way from here. There we go. All right. So y'all have a good night. We'll see you around next time. Go give Hallett some love. And until next time, bye-bye.